Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. In this movie, we're gonna look at the latest additions to the marketplace for Flight Simulator 2020, the PC version. In total, 42 new items have been added to the marketplace, and a lot of them are for the A320neo V2, which is the latest addition to Flight Simulator, right? So if you install Sim Update 15, then you will get this aircraft for free, but now some third-party developers have released some livery packs. So Forcimus has released the A320 V2 Complete Regions Collection, which includes multiple regions. In total, 150 liveries, and you can see that they split it up into North America and Central America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, Africa, Middle East, South America, and a lot of good stuff comes in. So this works on the A320neo from Indiebuilds and Microsoft only, right? So it doesn't work on the default A320. So they enhanced the colors. They made it sure that it matches the, I would say, airline colors. And if you apply that, then you will get a lot of cool things. Here you can see EasyJet. You can see, what is it? This is, I would say, the Portuguese airline, and this Delta, IANA, South African Airlines. So a lot of cool stuff. And if we scroll down here, we can also see that they, I would say, added some wear right on the fuselage. They added some custom GPUs, ground power units, some custom ACFT rack registration looks like, and the wingman's texture has also been updated. But that's cool, and I did that for all the aircrafts, or all the liveries which are included. In addition to that, you get some new information, right? You get the custom decals, the checklist on the tray, the airframe limits, as well as the aircraft information which has been updated. So it's not only the outside, it's also the inside which gets an update by using this livery pack. And here you can see some larger pictures of it. So pretty cool. Then we've got two pilots. They also jumped into the A320 V2 ones. In this case, they focus on Africa and Middle East, which includes a lot of the airlines which are, I would say, focusing on the area, right? We can see Kuwait Airways, we can see Egypt Air Cairo, Qatar Airways, of course. And if you apply that, then you will get this, right? So you see multiple liveries for those airliners which are active in that area. And if you look at the price, right, it's not that expensive. It's only €2.49. And it makes it, let's say, it could make it more realistic, right? If you love also looking from the outside of the aircraft. Because this one, compared to the previous one, doesn't look like to have those inside changes as well as those, I would say, wear improvements compared to the other one. Then, two pilots released the same package, only then for South America and Asia air liveries. So South America, right, you can see Azul, JetSmart, you can see Indigo, Japan Airlines. And here you can see some of the liveries which they have added to this package. So a lot of cool stuff for the A320 V2 after its release. Then for Simmers also released the Africa and Middle East liveries. And that includes other liveries also for the V2 version. But in this case, it's only focusing on Africa and Middle East, right? So FastJet, Fly Dubai, Gulf Air. And if you look at it, you can also see that they added this. So you can either decide to buy the individual packages from Forcimmers, or you could decide to buy, let's say, the grand package, which we already discussed. So looking at that, we're not going to those individual ones because we already discussed them here. So here we see the individual package for South America, the Asia and Oceania, and then we're, oh, sorry, that's a different one because this is for Simmers, but this one is from Bravo Airspace. So it looks like another vendor stepped into the area. Again, A320 V2 Asia Oceania hangar number L11. And they also updated those aircraft, right? I'm not going to go to all of them because it looks like that a lot of those 42 items are livery packs. That's the Bravo Airspace. They also released the Europe one. So in this case, this one focuses on the European airlines, as you can see. KLM, Condor, Atlantic Airways. And these are some screenshots, right? I'm not going to show you everything because then it will be a very lengthy video if we're going to look at only at liveries. And that's not to say what we want to do, of course. Then they also released the NSA hangar. Pretty cool. So it contains fictionals as well as real deal aircrafts. Not sure why it's called NSA. Oh, North and South America. I was thinking something different. But they applied also this package, Bravo Airspace and Elysium design. So we've got 3 vendors which jumped in, 4 simmers, 2 pilot, and Bravo Airspace slash Elysium design, which have released a lot of packages. And if you thought that were all the developers, no, we also have DC Scenery Design. They also jumped into the A320 V2. In their package, there are 28 liveries included for multiple airlines across the world, right? So they didn't choose to split it up in regions, but they put everything in one, and they also applied that and shared some screenshots. Uh, Air Asia, Air China, Austrian Airlines, and Avianca, right? Really cool. Then scrolling down the list, we find 2 pilot again with their North America and Europe airlines, as well as the world liveries. Those are the same or similar packages which are updating the liveries for the A320 V2. Here we've got Bravo Airspace again, which also updated the Inibuilt A320 Neo that refers to the V2 version of the aircraft. At least I assume. So be aware of that. Then Bravo Airspace again with the A320 Neo hangar number 6. Also cool. So there's that. With that, we thought, okay, hey, we've got everything. But I know we're not yet at the bottom right. We still have some other livery packs. But luckily, first, an aircraft. The short SC7 Skyvan, right? That's the one released by Microsoft and Inibuilds. So it comes with 4 total liveries with 4 teams, right? The blue and gray, orange, pink, red and blue, white, and yellow. That's the airliner team. We've got the military team, green camouflage and gray. The skydive team, clown, fish, pink, white, and the surveyor team, red and white. So 4 teams, and in those teams, you've got different color sets. So if we look at the screenshot, right, this is the SC7 Skyvan. And if you look at it, you can already think of why they came up with the name, because it really looks like a van. In this case, this is the, I would say, passenger version, right? You can see all the gouges, and also the usage is really nicely modeled. We can see the, I would say, top of the cockpit. Here we can see the parachutes, because it's also one. And here we can see the surveyor, right? Special livery, including a laptop which is running Flight Simulator 2020, which is really cool. So they also put some fun into it. And I would say it's not that expensive, right? So if you love flying, or if you would love to fly this aircraft, if you're lucky and you get the most expensive version of Flight Simulator, then you get a discount. And else you need to pay a little bit more, but still a reasonable amount of money. Then continuing with the A320 liveries. So 4 simmers released the ACG liveries. Again, this one is focusing on 29 options. And I would say it's used for the luxury or private jets, right? So these are, I would say, really for the people who have a lot of money. And then they added some, I would say, custom liveries from those. So these are more the private jets, which are released. So not the airliner packages. But if you thought that we were finished with the liveries for the airliners, no, we're not, because there's still more and more and more. Can't say it enough. This one focuses on Asia and Oceania. 30 liveries are included. And if you look at it, right, looks really cool. Keep in mind that this one is also included in that bundle package from them, as well as this one probably also. So have a look at the, I would say, bundle package. Right here, it's already mentioned. And then decide if you want to buy the separate ones, or if you want to buy the, I would say, bundle one. I would know it already, because the bundle is, I would say, much cheaper. This is a special bundle, right? This is the bundle for North America and EU. Well, if we look at the top, there we see the complete regions bundle, which includes every livery from every region. So decide what you want to do. Here we've got the Europe liveries, which is included in this one. So we'll not go to it. North America liveries, also part of it. But also they have a special one, which is the Nostalgia liveries. And that's where they applied nostalgic, or I would say legacy liveries on a modern aircraft. So in total, 39 liveries, and you can see that some of them are vintage, some of them are even retired. And that's really cool, right? So if we scroll to the bottom, you can see, for example, the KLM one. This livery is really, I would say, a vintage livery, but still really cool, right? So, and the same is applied, right? The same changes as just like the cockpit, etc., etc. Those changes have been applied. Here we can see Northwest Airlines, also pretty cool. Then we've got the special liveries. And special liveries has nothing to do with the region. In this case, 35 special liveries worldwide. And here you can see the ones which are, let's say, included, right? For example, if we look at Belgium, we have the Red Devils, Red Flames. We have the Frontier from the Americans Green Airline, the JetBlue, the KLM 100 years, as well as the Orange Pride, and the Lufthansa, the 600 Airbus aircraft. So these are the special ones. And if you look at this looks really beautiful. Again, here they also apply the inside changes, but of course, we're probably more interested in the outside, right? So here we've got one from ITA Airways and Lufthansa, right? So pretty cool that they also released this special package. Then F. Solaris, another one, also is gonna apply changes to the A320 V2 with their livery pack. In this case, 15 liveries for airlines across the world, right? You can see EasyJet, Lufthansa, Spirit, Swiss, Fueling, as well as Wizz Air. And this, I would say, works pretty cool. Keep in mind that it could conflict with other liveries, right? That's also what they mention in the release notes. But this is, I would say, something, yeah, I would say there's enough to choose from, right? We already have 4 or 5 developers working on these liveries. So it's up to you which one you want to buy. Because we've got another one. Polaris VGX also released a package for the A320 V2. In this case, they're focusing in on Europe, right? So which means Air France, British Airways, EasyJet, Wizz Air, Lufthansa, Eurowings, Iberia, and ITA Airways. And if you apply those changes, you will get this. They did the same thing for North America, and that will focus on North America and one from Japan. Kind of weird that's why they call it the North America package then. But then you will get this, right? I'm not going to go to all of them because then it will be, I would say, boring video, right? Then Salt Lake Simulations. Not another one. Also started to build liveries. But in this case, a Frontier Land Animals livery. And as you can see, now you can fly with a bunny on your, let's say, on the tail of the aircraft, or maybe a turtle, right? So have a look at it. This one is pretty funny. It contains 10 highly quality liveries, including multiple ones, including Jack the Rabbit, Scout the Pine Marten, Wilbur the Whitetail, and multiple other ones. So have a look at it and then decide. Then also they released the other one, which is the pack number 2, which is a continuation of the previous package. But of course, then we've got some different animals in the package. Then Bravo Airspace, the North Americans fictionals hangar number 8. So these are, I would say, fictional ones, which are not really, let's say, existing in the real life. But here you can see what they did, right? So they applied some changes, but you will never see these aircrafts likely in, I would say, in real life, because they are fictional American airliners. Then scrolling down, we find Salt Lake Simulations again with the Europe, US, Latin America livery pack, including multiple liveries, for example, for British Airways, but also Frontier, and also the, come on, loading. The last one is Austrian Airlines. So, nice. Then they also have the A320neo V2 Europe, US, Latin America liveries. Of course, that one is focusing on these areas. And here you can see the airlines which are included. And then if you thought we had everything, nope. Perfect Flight has also released some livery packages. But in this case, for the A320, the A310, the American Airlines, Boeing 747, and the Boeing 787. So in this case, they're focusing on American Airlines, but multiple aircraft types. So that's really cool. So which aircraft types are included? Well, these ones, right? The A320s, the Boeing 747, 787, Airbus A310, and the Douglas DC-3. And if you apply that, then you will get this, right? So that's really cool. So if you buy this package, it's, I would say, specifically for American Airlines, but then focusing on multiple aircrafts, which are included in Flight Simulator 2020. So that's really cool. Not of all of them might be included, right? Depends on the Flight Simulator version you have, but uh, so that's good to know. Then we're going down the list and we find the Boeing 717-200, that's created by FSX 360. And as you see, it's the first product in the CS 360 series. So that's really cool. What did they do? They say kindly created this aircraft featuring the Rolls-Royce BR715 engines. It's high-resolution textures, cabin with 3D windows, realistic animations, as well as the Captain 360 house livery. And then again, we've got cockpit and cabin, classic 717-200 flight deck, advanced systems, autopilot, and FMS, fuel system, aero system, and all the other systems are included. Also, it supports some features in Flight Simulator, right? The rain icing effects, authentic cabin sounds, and more, and supports a growing number of livery packs and custom views. And this is how it looks like, right? So CS looks to me like it's more Captain Sim. So maybe FSX 360 is a new name for Captain Sim. Maybe I missed something. But this is what you get. So pretty nice aircraft. So that's really cool. Then we've got Sea Life 4D. They improved the Bora Bora, the Bora Bora Island, right? It's in the South Pacific, known as the Pearl of the Pacific. And they did multiple enhancements to that to make it more realistic. So if you look at it, this is how it looks like. Well, if you compare it with the default Flight Simulator scenery, I would say it's a huge improvement. And that's what we saw also with the previous package from Sea Life 4D, which they released a while ago. So cool things which are added. Then we've got Miltech Simulations. They released the CH47D British Bundle. And as the name already says, this is a bundle. And what does the bundle include? Well, in this case, it includes the Miltech Simulation CH47D tandem rotor heavy lift helicopter with two RAF liveries, as well as a scenery pack, which includes the RAF ODM, the Bryant Airfield, Chipley Airfield, and two fictional desert military outposts, as well as the UK Carrier Strike Group aircraft, the Queen Elizabeth and the Prince of Wales. Several missions are included, including firefighting in London, as well as 6 external sling loads to choose from and to carry with these CH47D. So that's pretty nice. So if we scroll down, we can see more information about the static locations, which are, let's say, also spawnable on the deck, right? So you can start from the deck, but also the 7 moving locations over here. And then you will get this nice helicopter, as well as the UK strike group. And this is the helicopter itself, right? The helicopter itself, we discussed it in a previous video. It really looks very, very cool. And this is the Carrier Strike Group. And then you can enjoy landing and taking off using this great helicopter from one of these nice ships, which are flying around, or not flying, which are active around the world. And keep in mind that this is a RAF package, so it includes the RAF liveries. Then we've got the CH47D Super Carrier Bundle. That is a different bundle compared to the previous one, although they say that there are 2 RAF liveries. It looks like that they kind of copied and pasted the text for some reason. But there's one difference, and that's the Super Carrier Pro package is included, which includes some other US super carriers. And that's different compared to the previous one, right? So you will get this one and you'll get this one. As you can see, this one is a little bit more expensive, but that's also pretty nice. And that includes ships like this. So pretty challenging, but pretty cool. And if you love flying military helicopters, including landing on military ships, then this could be something which you might consider to buy. Then we've got Net Design. They released all Delta Alpha Alpha Golf, Algiers, and Scenery, which is the Houari Boumediene International Airport. Is Algiers' largest airport, located southeast of Algiers. So a lot of cool things are being added. So they added the terminals and many buildings, such as the train station, hotels, and others. Highly technical accuracy thanks to the input from the Algerian sim community, as well as exceptionally high levels of detail, such as hundreds of custom tarmac markings or the correct tail signs on the permanently stranded directed Sun Air B737s. Uh, the very high resolution PBRs, multiple texture layers simulating the dirt and the wear, as well as they see-through interiors optimized to be glimpsed from outside, but lighter of performance than typical large airports. So high frame rates, right? So frame rate friendly with AI traffic enabled, and then these are the pictures. Unfortunately, they didn't release larger pictures, but you can see that the terminal or the tower interior has also been included. So a lot of cool things which are there for this airport, including the surroundings. So it looks like they also, I would say, updated the surroundings of this airport, but it looks really cool. Then we've got Echo Kilo Sierra Victor, the Sky Airport. So it's a small airport, as you can see. It's a regional private airport near to Limfjord, and it's all located 6 kilometers southeast from the town of Skype. So what did they do? They, of course, made sure that it represents the airport and also the elevation of the airport. Sloped runway, high quality 3D objects and buildings, high detailed aerial imagery, as well as high detailed ground textures, detailed representation of the airport's parking area, and a custom windsock. And if you apply that, then you will get this. So this is Skype Airport, which has been released for Flight Simulator 2020. And looks really cool. It's a very small airport, right? So, but hey, maybe you are, I would say, flying from there a lot. Then this could be one which you want to add to your Flight Simulator collection. Then we've got the F4F Wildcard Aces and the Medal of Honor. This looks like to be, I would say, kind of a livery pack. Yes, 8 liveries are included, and you can use it on the F4F4 Wildcard. Keep in mind that the one is not included, so you need to buy the aircraft separately, and they will get these nice liveries. And if you scroll down, you will find the liveries, and these are the ones which are included. And you can see a really high level of detail for all those, I would say, aces and the Medal of Honor pilots. You can see the level of detail, right? Even the usage on the tail. So this one, if you have this aircraft, and if you love flying into, I would say, liveries from Legends, then this could be a package which you could decide to buy because it adds a lot of realism and makes flying more realistic. Maybe if you fly using this livery. Then we've got Brunswick Golden Isle Airport, Kilo Bravo, Quebec Kilo, and that's where is it located? Good question. It's previously known as Glencoe Jetport. It's a county-owned public-use airport located 5 nautical miles north of the central business district of Brunswick, a city of Glynn County, Georgia, United States. Oh, it's the United States. I thought it was somewhere else. So they modified the package, right? So they included the exterior for the, I would say, front of the airport. And this is how the airport looks on the, I would say, aircraft side. There's not too much text included, so I'm not sure what they updated more than this. But looks like they made a lot of improvements, including the Gulfstream terminal, right? That's also pretty cool. Then we've got Carcassonne, Salvassa Airport, Lima Foxtrot Mike Kilo. That's in, they say it's in France, but it's an airport serving Carcassonne and the south of Languedoc. So it's in the Haute department of the Occitanie region in France. So it's indeed a French airport. It looks like. So custom 3D buildings and objects, ground layout has been updated. All objects placed in handcrafted PBR textures for parking, solar roofs, as well as the dynamic light and frame rate friendly. And here you can see some screenshots of this airport, right? So they made a lot of changes. It's not an airport which is really big, but still, if you look at it, all the details, right? All the markings on the ground on the tarmac, pretty cool. A320 on the tarmac, right? Can also be used on this airport. Unfortunately, no inside of the terminal buildings and traffic tower, but mostly external updates for this airport, created by Supersonic. Then we've got Lionheart Creations. They released the LHC Whitman Tailwind series, which is an aircraft venture by Lionheart Creations. So you'll find two highly acclaimed experimental home-built sport aircrafts designed by the famous aircraft designer and air racer Steve Whitman. So these are aircrafts developed by him, and you can now use them in Flight Simulator 2020. There's a lot of technical documentation about the technical capabilities, like the engine type, etc. But let's look at the image itself. So you can see a lot of detail. Not sure how realistic the sound is, right? Because that's always hard to see from pictures, but it looks pretty cool. So you can now fly the Whitman aircrafts uh, in Flight Simulator 2020. So everything is included, right? You can see the navigation radio. You can see guides are pretty clear, but a lot of buttons, assuming they all work. So that's really nice to see. Then we've got CloudSurf Asia Simulations. They released a new Clark International Airport, Romeo Papa Lima Charlie. That's an airport located in the Philippines. So that's really cool. It's also known as the Diosdado Macapagal International Airport. Sorry for pronouncing it, maybe incorrect. It's located in the Philippines, 80 kilometers northwest of Manila. So it's massively custom built from scratch, as they say themselves. A full custom object specifically modeled for this aircraft, fully modeled the new Terminal 2, both the interior as well as the exterior, as well as the next level hangar modeling and texturing, custom high quality parking stands, ground textures, ground signs and markings, as well as the full PBR textures across all the 3D models. VetSim ready, custom animated jetways included, and the Omni airfield included, and some nearby notable structures. So if you apply that, then you will get this, right? So this airport, based on the description, should have a really big update. It should be a big update compared to how it is now. You can see that they spend time on the exterior, where you can see the parkings, also some, I would say, static aircraft as it looks like. Some hangars, including some hangars where traffic or where aircraft are parked, refueling stuff, the inside of the traffic tower. So this one also looks pretty cool. Also the inside of the terminal, right? That's what I mentioned. Only Terminal 2 is, I would say, modeled internally. So be aware of that, but still looks pretty good. Then, of course, the last one, but probably you already installed it. It's City Update number 7, European Cities number 2, which focuses on Stockholm, Sweden, Nice, France, Monaco, the country, Barcelona, Spain, Porto in Portugal, and Madrid in Spain. And it's free for all of you, so you can simply go to the marketplace and download it. Of course, it will consume some disk space, but you can benefit from the nicely updated scenery which Asobo and Microsoft have released for free for Flight Simulator. So this is really cool, right? A new city update has already been announced and will be released shortly. But first, enjoy this one, including the Sagrada Familia. So have a lot of fun using this package. And with this, we're at the end of this video. So it was might be at the start a little bit boring one because there were tons of livery packs released for the A320 V2. But hey, sorry for that. I don't have any control on that. Luckily, there were also some other things like some new airports and some new aircrafts. So really good that they released a lot. Also, some interesting bundles, especially those from Milware, right? Which is the which includes that nice helicopter from them. So choose wisely this week. And here ends this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.